Welcome. In this lesson, we're going to learn to do reflections. And reflections are just basically a mirror image of a figure across a specific line. So make sure you read carefully and you recognize what line we're going across. So this one, we're going across the y-axis. That means this y-axis here, I'm going to pretend it's a mirror, and that blue rectangle is looking at the mirror and it sees its image equal distance behind it as it's sitting in front of it. So since I'm out to -6, I'm going to be all the way out here to +6, straight through it, not at any diagonalness. And then it's 3 wide, so I just go 3 down. And so can you see how that orange image is the reflection? If I was to fold across that line I drew in there, they would lie on top of each other. Again, reflections, I'm hoping, are not too difficult. Again, the biggest issue is to always read carefully about which axis or which line, because it won't always be the axis, by the way, you're reflecting across. So again, I'm reflecting across the y-axis, so I'm going to go this direction here, and that figure needs to see itself just as far in as it's sitting in front. Goes all the way out to 10, and we go just like that. Okay, another one against the y-axis. I was hoping it would have gave me one that wasn't against the y-axis or across the y-axis. Sometimes they'll say through the y-axis. It's either across, through, or over. All those do work, those words. Okay, so here's the first one that's across a different line, so be very careful. We're reflecting it across the line y equals 1. I would recommend, if you have the ability, draw this line in. So I'm not doing the y-axis. Ignore the y-axis. I'm actually going from this point to the line y equals 1. Sorry, I almost did x equals 1. Y equals 1 is a horizontal line. See, even I easily confuse. I'm thinking y vertical, but y equaling a number is a horizontal line. That's this line that I'm reflecting across. So I need to reflect it down below. So again, I'm going to be thinking, how far away is this image from the blue line, not the x-axis, but the blue line? And it looks like I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I need to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Just don't accidentally go to -6. I'm not going to -6. I'm going 6 past the blue line, which puts me at -5. And then obviously we want a mirror image. Sometimes you can easily do the mirror image if you're, oh, wow, I did something wrong. What did I do wrong? That's supposed to go in like, oh, that needs to be over one more. There we go. Now that looks not better. That's a transformation. I want a mirror image. You know what I did wrong? That point should be here. This point, I got too many weird points here. There we go. There's our mirror image. Can you see how it looks like they're maybe, whoa, I didn't mean to do that. Come on, click there. What I want to emphasize is that, oh, come on. Click on the, there we go. So think of them as wings. See how it's the mirror image? See the wings? It's got to be a mirror image. So that's a mirror image. So be careful that you don't do a translation versus a reflection. That will be an easy mistake to make. Do you see how it took me a minute to figure out? Again, maybe the best way to do it, across the y-axis. We've done many across the y-axis. So again, 2 units to the y-axis, 2 units across. This r here is at -9, so I'm going to be at +9. The x and y axes are usually fairly easy. This is the x-axis. So again, I'm going to be here, go to there, come up to there, and there's my reflection. It would lie on top of itself if I fold it across the x-axis. Okay, now this will be a hard one. I'm glad we got to this one. Over the line y equals x. The most important thing is realizing that's a diagonal line. Y equals x goes like this. And this is what students struggle with, is they struggle, imagine in this horizontal line. This is not the figure. This is the line I'm reflecting across. Now, the way I do that is I count how far away diagonally the image is away from that diagonal line. I'm one diagonal, two diagonals away. So I go 1, 2. And this point right here is the image of W. And then I'm going to do that with every single point. And that's really the best way to go about doing this one, is just taking the time to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this next point will be right there. Again, I don't need this to get to the next one, so I erase it. Now, in all reality, though, I do know I have a square, so one more point will be enough. Whoops. So I'm going to do this last point here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and a half. So there's my half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that puts the last point, not the last point, the third point, there, but that's not where I want it. So I'm going to come up here and go like this, because remember, it's a rectangle. So I know that if I have 3 points, the fourth point has to line up vertically and horizontally. But now I want you to notice, take a minute to look at it closely and notice that this vertical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 became horizontal. The horizontal 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 became vertical 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So when you reflect across a diagonal line, horizontal lines become vertical and vertical lines become horizontal. And again, if you need to, just imagine folding across this. I don't mean to keep clicking on that. I keep meaning to grab my pen and it won't grab my pen. Reflect across this diagonal line and it should lie on top of the other one. It should be this mirror image. Again, x equals 1. Be careful. X equals 1 is a vertical line. It's going to be this vertical line right here. So just make sure that if it's 3 to the left of the vertical red line, I need to be 3 to the right. If it's 3, 6, 8, then I need to be 3, 6, 8. Not at 8, but 8 units to the right of the red line. Again, I'm going to do this one out here because you got to go in the right order. I went from R to Q, so now I got to do P, which is way out here. And then I got to do S, which is right there. And can you see how that's a mirror image? Again, if you have any questions, please do bring them to class. I'm just making them look like wings so you can see that it's a mirror image of it. Bring your questions to class and I will help you at that point. I don't know why I say always that point. Maybe it's because I like points and I'm a mathematician. I don't know.